Next up is the president of El Salvador said he's submitting a bill to make Bitcoin legal tender in the country. And this is something that is very exciting because this is going to be the first nation ever to adopt a Bitcoin standard. El Salvador has a lot of issues economically. And what they do now is they rely on the US dollar because that is the global reserve currency. But now what they're saying is, look, we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket with the US. We don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket because lawmakers in Washington, D.C. can change their mind. It could negatively impact the economy. It could positively impact the economy. But they don't know what is going to happen, what regulators in the US are going to decide. So what El Salvador said is they said, look, we're going to move over to and adopt a Bitcoin standard because with this, what we're going to be able to do is we know the economic policies in place for Bitcoin for the next 100 years. We know there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. We know that halving takes place every certain period of time. We know exactly what happens with Bitcoin, how much is going to be in circulation. So as a result of this, for a country that's struggling economically like El Salvador, they could, it provides a little bit more stability, because with the US, there's always economic policies coming out that can lead to inflation, could negatively affect. It can also positively impact the economy. But El Salvador, they're trying to take all of their eggs out of just being in the US, take all their eggs out of one basket and say, look, with having a Bitcoin standard, we know the policies moving forward. It's something that we can rely on. Nothing's going to change with this. And we know there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. So as a result of this, in the Bitcoin conference in Miami the other day, they spoke a lot about this, how El Salvador is going to be the first Bitcoin country. It's the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender and treat it as a world currency and have Bitcoin on their reserves, which is a pretty big deal. So a lot of people are saying that, this could be a bad move. This is a good move. There's a lot of different opinions on it. Either way, though, like I said, for a country that is economically not in the best position, they're not a world leader, moving to something where it's very stable, we know what's going to happen long term, in my opinion, could actually be a pretty good thing for a country like El Salvador. The excerpt that they said actually explained how in order to mitigate the negative impact on central banks, it becomes necessary to authorize the circulation of a digital currency with a supply that cannot be controlled by any central bank and is only altered in accord with objective and calculable criteria. So they're saying exactly what we just mentioned, that it's not controlled by any central bank, and it's only by policies that really have already been in place, what's already been coded into Bitcoin. So they have a lot more that they want to do with Bitcoin and what they have planned moving forward. But either way, this is the beginning. We may see more countries move over to this long term. I think it's going to be something very exciting, something we'll see continue to develop over the next couple of months and next couple of years.